guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nessa CX Beauty, and today's video is going to be focusing on the Juno&Co Velvet Microfiber Sponge. Now this sponge has been going like viral. Nikki Tutorials made a video about it and she raved about it, so everybody and their mother now has made a video on it. So this is my video on it, and I just want to see if it's actually good or not, because there is a little bit of like controversy like going on with the sponge, but we're just gonna get down to the bottom of it, compare it to the beauty blender, and have my final thoughts on it. The last two things I'm gonna say is that I will show you guys how the sponges wash, so that's why these are dirty right now, and then I will tell you guys how to enter my giveaway to get a free Juno&Co Velvet Microfiber sponge, because I did buy a separate one just in case I did like it. And even if I don't like it, I'll give away the other one to see if you guys like it, if the person that wins likes it. So without further ado, we're just gonna get into the demo. Thank you for coming back to my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so for the video's sake and time's sake, I did already do my eyebrows and my eyes, and I also moisturized and primed with my favorite primer at the moment, which is the Winky Luxe whipped cream primer, and it looks like this. So this is what I just normally do before my foundation, so I didn't want to bother you guys with all of the time it takes to do that. But we're going to go in with the beauty blender on this side and the Juno&Co sponge on this side, and we'll see if there's any difference. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir in the shade Soft Honey, and if this shade does not match me, I'm so sorry. I went to DR and I got a tan, so a lot of my foundations aren't matching me right now, and this is the darkest foundation that I own, so I'm hoping that it does match me, but if it doesn't, I'm just saying sorry for that in advance. So I'm just gonna go in with the beauty blender first, and I'm gonna just put this on the back of my hand, go in with my beauty blender. This is how I normally apply my foundation, and we're just gonna tap that in. Okay, and that is how the beauty blender performed on this side. As you can tell, you can still see my mark right here, but that is perfectly fine. I've come to terms with that mark. I'm actually just trying to get rid of it, but that's how it performed. Nice coverage. Now we're gonna go in on this side with the Juno&Co Microfiber Velvet Sponge, and doing the same thing. I'm gonna pour some on the back of my wrist and go in with the sponge. And this is how it blended out on this side. Looking closer, I do not see a difference whatsoever. My marks are still showing up here, but that is normal for foundation. And yeah, that's how they perform with the foundation. So now we're just gonna go into concealer. And for concealer, we're gonna be using the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in light beige, and again we're gonna be starting with the beauty blender side, which is this side, and we're just gonna go in. I do like an arrow kind of thing, And then we're just gonna go in. And I do go up into my inner corner. Alright. And that did blend out pretty flawlessly. Again, I have been using this for like years, so I know it does work and I know it is good. So then we're just gonna go in with the Juno&Co Velvet Sponge on the other side, use the same amount of product, and do my little arrow. And go in with the sponge. Okay, and that's how I blend it out on this side with the microfiber sponge. Again, it was a little rougher because it's so small and I'm used to having this big thing in my hand, and this makes it so easy to blend out. And this, I kind of like need to work in smaller spaces. But if you're a fan of that, then the sponge is for you. If you're not, like me, I'm so comfortable with this big thing blending my entire under eye, and I love it for that. I just wouldn't know that I would reach for this. But I do like it. It does blend out flawlessly. The same, like the blendability is the same exact thing as a beauty blender. So if you are not as picky as me, you will definitely like this sponge. So now for the final test that I use sponges for, I will bake my under eye using both sponges, and we'll see how that works with the powder that I'm going to use. I'm going to be using the Perfect Setting Powder by Cover Effects, and we're just going to open that up, pour it in the lid. And again, I'm going to be going on with my beauty blender. We're just going to tap it out so the lines are all blended in. And then we're going to go into the powder, the lid, and bake with it. Alright, and now we're just going to do the same thing with the Microfiber Velvet Sponge. So again, I'm just going to be taking the Perfect Setting Powder and putting it in the cap. Then using the sponge, go in and bake. Oh shoot, I forgot to blend out my under eye before using the powder, but it still does look good. Okay, I don't know how much powder this deposited. This didn't really absorb foundation, but for some reason it's absorbing the powder. Yeah, it's not depositing like a lot of powder. If you can tell, there's only a little bit of powder right there. That is a con for me. I don't understand it. It did really well with the liquid product, but like you can literally see that it soaked up the powder. Like, let's try again. I'm gonna put more into my cap. Oh, okay. There it is. I don't know what was up with the powder. It is still absorbing the powder though. Look, there's more. But it is depositing now, so there it is. I feel like it deposited even more than the Beauty Blender, not gonna lie. I guess to make it even, I'll apply more on the Beauty Blender side too. So this is the Beauty Blender going in baking. Okay, so both sides applied powder well. For the Beauty Blender also did soak up powder, so that's not anything unique to sponges. Sponges will soak up anything that you put on them. But yeah, that is how they applied the powder, and I am gonna wait around like 5 minutes, sweep this all away, then finish my makeup and let you guys know how I feel about this product right here. Also, I'm gonna be mentioning a little giveaway that I'm gonna have with this. So my face is completed, and now we're just gonna get into final thoughts on what I feel about this sponge, and I'm gonna say it, it's really good. They perform very similarly on the face, and the powder thing isn't really a con, even though the Beauty Blender did soak up less powder than the Juno&Co sponge, but I can get past that. The only con that I do have, and this is probably me being nitpicky, is that this is a little bit more dense and a little smaller, so it doesn't feel as comfortable in my hand dabbing on my face as the Beauty Blender does. And that's just me being real. I don't know if that's me being nitpicky or if other people feel this way about like how they hold their sponges or how they feel holding their sponges. I don't know. And yeah, it's good. It's $6, so that's a great price, and it performs very well. If you can get past how it feels in your hand, I'd say go for it. Like, it's a great sponge. Another sponge that I think is really comparable to the Beauty Blender is the Morphe Sponge, and it's also $7. So in terms of comfort, this does compare with the Beauty Blender. It does get bigger in size. This is it dry, and it does feel comfortable while dabbing on your face. But my overall favorite sponge is the Beauty Blender, but this is also really good. So I'm just gonna go into how you can enter my giveaway now, and then we're gonna see how these wash compared to each other. So how to enter my giveaway. The first thing you have to do is, of course, be subscribed. The second thing you have to do is comment down below with your Instagram handle so I know how to get back to you in order to give you your sponge if you win this. And then the third thing is that I will be posting a post with this sponge on my Instagram, which is NessaCXBeauty. And all you have to do is tag 2 friends or 1 friend, depending on how you feel, on that post, and you are guaranteed a spot in my giveaway. So again, subscribed. Comment down below with your Instagram handle so I know how to contact you. And third, tag 1 or 2 friends on the post on my Instagram with this sponge, which is my Instagram, NessaCXBeauty. So that's how you can enter, and I hope whoever wins it actually does like the sponge, because I do. And I'm just really happy for this because this is the first time that I'm doing this, and I'm really happy that we surpassed 50 subscribers, and I'm so happy about that. I just can't like get over it, because for some reason I just never thought I'd get around to making my YouTube, and now I have it, and now I have over 50 subscribers, so I'm super content about that. So the last thing I'm going to show you is how it washes. So stay tuned if you want to see that. If you don't, you can click out here, and have a great day. So first we're going to start off with the Juno&Co sponge. I'm going to wet it, put it on my Beauty Blender solid. And this is how I clean my Beauty Blender. And squeeze it, put it under water, and see how long it takes for all of the beige to get out. Okay. And this is it washed. All the beige is gone. Well, most of the beige is gone. There's a little bit here, but I'm sure that can be taken out. It's a little rougher to take out, but I'm content with how it washed. Now for the Beauty Blender. Again, I'm gonna put it under water, put it on my Beauty Blender solid, and then squeeze. And then what I am noticing that the Beauty Blender did soak up more foundation. That's kind of expected because the microfibers probably help the sponge to not, the velvet sponge to not absorb as much as the Beauty Blender. And the Beauty Blender is just straight sponge, so it is gonna absorb more product. So that is something to take into account if you are planning on purchasing this microfiber sponge compared to the Beauty Blender. And I am completely done washing the Beauty Blender now. And so one last thing that I did want to say is just like thank you for watching my video.